of you who last week tried to tune in, thank you for tuning in again. And for people joining for the first time, welcome and thank you. I'm Crista Siglin, and I am from the Midwestern United States. I currently live in Berlin, and I work with Sand Journal, and I also run a poetry workshop called Poetry as a Workshop. And if you're interested in that, please look at my page. And today I will be reading selections from my new book published with Vegetarian Alcoholic Press. And the title of the book is called Unpleasable Nature. Sorry about that. I will read again from Unpleasable Nature, as well as some newer work from this year. And I'll take intermittent breaks for some giveaways. So I hope you'll stick around for that. I have a couple drawings as well as a poetry consultation to give away, and also a book that I wrote from 2015 and was published through Spartan Press. And if you like what you hear, my PayPal will be posted to the Book Alive Street Artist, and also my PayPal is Crista Siglin. But as a reminder, this is a really good time to prioritize BIPOC artists, so please show them some love by supporting and buying their work. So I will go ahead and start with my first set, which will be from Unpleasable Nature, and I hope you enjoy it. Thank you so much for joining me today. 1. With, around, about, inside. Technology, you are outside it. It is inside. Foreign, it is not. Absence calling you to stone, to the eyes of flowers, impeccable cheekbones of riverbeds, vestige of a lesson, scores of images, interrupted condemnations. Consider, when you eat rotten strawberries, a bowl of fresh milk does not follow. 2. Sphere of soap water, melodic paroxysm, bent air, bent, waking dream. A garden confuses, leaves you alone, your stick and looped rope, limp, swaying ennui. A mouse grows long teeth, plays dead, teeth exposed, the mouse remains still. Death waits for the mouse, who plays dead, an aroused string distracts the cat. 3. Your hair does not become you, you become your hair is damp and cold, smelling, shampoo, a memory, misbegotten complicity plays with the ends of it, you become the end plays with you. Broken glass underfoot, small vertebrae sounding, as one might imagine, constrained grief, sharp, dampened, a hungry animal waits, its nose deepening your palm. 4. Idle revelator, grief is here, just sits, no veil intended to be lifted. A girl speaks to sheep, drinks herself frozen. There was no one, just sheep. No love where she treads, no one translates grace. She is terror, disgusted, she dances there. 5. Nosferatus turn tears to diamonds. We're swimming, our bodies thin, sharp. The TV tower, God speaks in the third person so as not to startle anyone. I worry for unsent postcards to keep the sky from falling. 6. A chair's design is important for the mood it strikes when it is empty. One could be tempted to say waiting rather than empty. A chair waits for no one. It sits on its own, considers its mood. 7. No returning home, I've been known, loss of breath, beneath sheets, a strange bed, we part, my mouth shut, no air escapes, nothing so blameless as a glass of water. No need to apologize. A glass of water says sorry before the door. A jar, water sees you in everything, everything in itself. 8. Infected moon, glowing, pained. Trees gathered round its pate, becoming a hole. That old woman kneels before it. I watch behind illness, pouring into her. 9. The sky made itself obscene, diner of the 50s, trampled confetti, the Sistine Chapel, half its image missing, only atom hovering, broken pear, scissors, a split becoming a knife, smiles kept for the dog, smiles scared of meaning something. Carving. Isn't it so free or isn't it so small with the rest of us? Sad death concealing concealment. Mourning conceals flowers, tremors of openness, speeches cut short by tears, become real inside their walls, snarling obsession, staying words, keeping words, so long, carvings fade, so long the tree alone, memory of the thought fades, but not entirely its obsession. Undue division. Breath ballooning my belly, I wonder how I feel tomorrow. Attention divided, not altogether unpleasant. I recall sweated smell, and now swells focus. Associating you to a TV show I never watched, and this moment is slight, a torment in two parts. It's got to be new, this metaphor. Falling is falling in a falling shape. This is not new. We've broken the rule. The rule is to name a pattern we like, is to break those who break the rule, to stand in the corner if we ourselves do. If I am not already in the corner, I will not stand there. Do you, arriving here willingly, do you stay here? My shoes grow dusty, not with soil, after George Oppen. My shoes grow dusty, not with soil. And one does wonder how one becomes one distant, how alone can be. The bridges slow themselves into eternities, rain into endless rain. Unarranged, we become intermittent, blooms of buildings, building into sky, rubble producing concavities. Forget musculature or never know it. We do not begin ourselves, soil does. This growing dirt of soil of water and dirt, and not so much today or yesterday. Who can say what of tomorrow or the next sequence of what is this moon, and space between, hunger and sleep, that part of the bed we unconsciously fought for, made wild accusations of mourning for in the morning? Who recalls the colors of their dreams? I can cry of relief in the airport and still crave you to look back. I miss my father again. I miss you and never thought I could see you like this. I wish it could have been more honest, honestly. This all repeats itself. In my days, I feel quite abandoned, but by whom? Who was there to begin with other than I? My feet grow disproportionate to the sky. Again, the sky and feet, the verticality disappointing, and recollection of now so unimagined, but I imagined it becoming more layered than the next now. Who wants the next now? Now, I want now, but it has come to pass so exquisitely that I should never have it. Advisory in an Irish movie theater. Fear of a moment passing will pass, a moment spent in fear, and pass the fear to the next passable moment. It is today, tomorrow. I am back, but the musicians are still encircled, discussing. Beware the shock of cold water. Remain calm. This will lessen your risk of drowning. Soon. Soon enough, soon I come, slowly though, but in good time. Soon all there, the woman stayed to the rain. Something says there was never a sun on this day, there is no day. Round goings. You enter a scent bright in the shape of the thought that never fully comes, but you do recognize it as a sensational body of its own. You've concerned yourself with finding every impossible method for peeling an orange. You die, it reveals itself to you. Requests. Perform to me how I perform to you, a childhood friend's face, a long-lashed boy on the U-Bahn. How long ago tragedy shapes, a different kind of story, kind of funny. I have been unkind, like her kind, like gravity absent from the surface of water. Closure. Years lost gathering things by the door, I imagine fighting you, crossing the bridge, Epicurean delights, rotted leaves, and dreaming of grandfather. I bought flowers, but I am not at home. News ease. A heart sounds through the pillow along memories supposed to be me. Imploring immutable questions, she carries a disease with childish arms. A child she does not recognize, fruit need only be refrigerated uneaten the day you bring it home. Days grow long inside a cloud. Could be heat or darkness descending or a heartbeat caught in feathers. Recording holes. Door, sounding shut, lonely trumpet, TV tower looming, sky pouring blue round loomings, over a man holds a record, spraying, splayed, smoothly played, a record is kept to know something. Great love requires a heart move faster than the mind. In the mind, I've come to know myself, running in circles round a hole in the wall, a flower on the wall, near the hole is another hole in spirit, with a flower in hand near the heart of the whole of the spirit. Open, hiding. An infant thought, startled goldfish, passing again through its construction. You hold your hand, second sight to mine, and mine waits. Hidden in an open field, supplicating bed, your body inside your body, this thought never passed. You never reach full sight of the body behind my hand. Altar. It is not that I am an altar, it is my altar find me when I wake if I am to become an altar. Begging for pardon, call it a red light, relevance. If life is not meant to struggle, why do seeds push through? Lucky ones never lie or lay eyes on the room in which they were born. They walk in the world as if there are no rooms, touch dirt and know something symphonic. Get the boy one anyway. We used to have good days. I could have been so long, the broken window, looking through the broken window at a broken window. Corner of a yes, unbridled somehow, scare me so I know. I'm laughing into the corners of my unpleasable nature. Indentions of brick, but no real brick. The men leaning not delicately over the counter. I have busted the minutes you doubted, I doubted through, and now I've got this pizza. The word on everyone's lips is oh. I've been told moths can die of loneliness, but see that gravity never worked them. My feet have never been so still. Can you smell the difference of this rain? We've sought ways to be less possessed. To run or walk is always a matter to be discussed, but not over dinner, never over dinner. I knew this all along. Anonymity. To say anything of the ocean is to say nothing at all specific to your ocean, but to the ocean of everyone's ocean. And I can hardly say I now, though I am in the milk of some spilled. I cried, not to mention mothers, not to mention anything of any plant or animal or child, not aware of anger at present, but soon will make weapons of hand mixers, towels, jump ropes, weeds, words, glances, glancing objects. You can call weapons toys, and toys go scattered. Do not pick them up, only to scatter again. Leave my irreparable scatterings of toys and milk and oceans for me alone, as I will not speak of little terrors unremembered. Every moment sinks, it sinks, sinking, sink. I am a space between cat and window, posture, gesture, bus stop, and I, ever fluctuating. I am indelible as the sigh of why and how. Finnegan's Rainbow. I am not Finnegan, I'm Finnegan's daughter. He cracked his head, bending back to call his rainbow to him. The rainbow was his head, the rainbow is cracked too. I call my broken father now, his broken rainbow too. Neither can hear me, all the while I cannot recall the name he and his then unbroken rainbow once gave to me. What was, is, not what is yet, how that layer sits upon now seems so here. More than once. More than once I made romantic my romantic self, no one watching, but who I made, whosoever disenchants this body, my mind leaves open that door. A pause. Man inhales birds from branches, protects a hole from being more whole, while a leaf leapt to a mirror of itself. Catch. Catch the ball, I made my body bright red, a ball beneath head of shower. Hot water from that shower, head, I head down, catching a spaced out ringing. Meeting. Lost before river, when river met river, river between river, a rivulet unnerved. I crack my head with my hand, and rivulet gets excited at how mysteriously I did it, and feels no longer conspicuous in its nerves. It all been pretend anyhow. A moment along alone. I kill off a dozen little deer poems and masturbate and then kill off 1 dozen little moon poems, then eat pasta unremarkably, take off my clothes and peer down at this, my little pasta-filled body, and consider the room and its killable space, too. Everything is killable, as in able to be unseen. No, not this. No, the cat's tail, not an incident left unnoticed. This heartbeat behind my ear, I realize he does not belong to me, and the realization flushes over everybody, my body, what it is to be born incorrectly bound to this vehicle. 446. And indigo lightens, branches no longer silhouettes against a sky doing nothing but backdropping, and you are no longer excused by yourself to be by yourself. And awake, you are treasonous to the way you ought to be. Believe the window an actual window and not a punched out rectangle. It's no set as imagined, imaginary life as imagined, real lives dreaming through the other sides of those windows, like it or not. If you describe how you imagine them, it could be cute, but I will tear it down. House paint. I've been what I cannot be now, whirring, insolent, insulated. Only a matter of what now, how now. The mammal goes sleeping into folds of laundry I've not done this calling, called out for that storm, threatened but not coming. I came and came again, imagined every hand of morning on me, opened my legs to the stupid sunrise, giggling the both of us. I go a roving through troves of fathers, return with innumerable fathers, small and clutching my limbs, swinging what became of them. They've told themselves off and distant, and I only see them when I crack my knuckles. Job well done, I'm telling myself. Value that rumor. Rumor is value. I see only what's been shown. A house painted so many times, its paint buckles in its inches, belts off circulation, numb. The painted house unwavering, its chimes are not alarms. A house wakes every hour on the hour. Our names are no longer important. I've lost track of what I think you are, and now I've spent no time. It all comes back. So I'll just take a break there. If you're joining just now, hello, and thank you for joining. Andreas, I am from the US. I am from Iowa originally, and I lived in Kansas City for 6 years before I moved to Berlin. So I have a couple drawings here. If you are tuned in right now, go ahead and type a message, and I'll select a name at random. I'll show a couple drawings here. Here's one. And here's another. Sorry, I don't know that it comes through really. But if you're interested in winning one of these drawings, chime in here. Otherwise, Andreas, you get one of these drawings. All right. At the next break, I will also present the other two prizes. And for now, thank you, Andreas, for chiming in. And I will continue with the reading. And the next bit is also from Unpleasable Nature. And then after that, I'll read some newer work. Remembering 4. Shopping cart, worn clothing, empty lot but for the graffiti, flat against the wall, thinning contrast. From where? Where was I? Little odd scrapings of pleasant hello in the grocery store, whisperings of unquiet. I am twicely there, digital memory, this memory, every which thing unruly. I was born in a town full of little odd adjacencies to church. And I am no longer there, but break out the kitchen sink, honey. I'm not coming home. All untouched. My merry-go-round. Forever is today, more constant, more sweet, less dry. Where's the wine taken out of my diet? Can I get on you? Can I get on you and squeeze my legs round your ribs and cackle while you whimper? I only make bad jokes when I am now and tired and now indeterminable. La la, I got this job sideways. The ride home from here to there was drunk. It gave me a shower, took years to dry, give up songs of you and me. And now I am quiet. This space is new between here and later and then and then and then. The burning house has few rules. No burning in the burning house. Do not mistake the burning house for metaphor. This results in the breaking of the first rule. Do not breathe fanatically. This fans flames and quickens the end of the state of burning. Do not fall in love inside the burning house. You will not get a sense of which burning is pertinent to which sensation. If you must smoke, do so with the windows closed, so as not to confuse the neighbors with multiple smokes rising. Do not remove anything from the burning house. The burning house belongs to itself, and you and your things belong to the house, and the burning is no longer yours to concern yourself with. No burning without the burning house. Different ways of saying the same thing. I am Crista. I am Crista trying to be Crista. I am Crista unlearning Crista trying to be Crista. I am fumbling inside the noun that is my name. I've taken comfort and terror from moments I am aware no one knows where I am. Repetition. Grotesque is no longer grotesque. Shock, constant and dim. If these objects continue to repeat, I will no longer call them to me. Clusters of women are quietly laughing amongst themselves, carrying more things than one ought to be able to carry. How uninteresting we can be is exciting. I look more and more at lovers' faces and see semicolons with nothing after. After this, there is nothing. After this, each second is a ledge. I look at my toes at the edge of the high dive, and everything is nothing, is nothing, but another kind of blue and hesitance. But there is something that always makes my decision for me. I jump not knowing how. Another second, now, and I am never where I think I am. Impossibility grows into night. How willing stovetop, how willing the fan, how willing this form down, lambent, fulgur, nodule, another shirtless man inhales branches while those branches branch, quiddity, crux, bag of bones, some sum of soma, an intimidating subject of intimidating size, fervous. Overheard a voice from the twigs, growing gloom. I was unaware I stood naked this decade. Found the exact urgency sleeping from the wisdom of a friend and nothing more, forever wasted day, but no longer wasted through. Jacob's ladder, with eyes closed, used to be the evidence I could commune with a god somehow, that beyond my desire for control and intuition blooming, like how singular underwater I am held all at once. But when I am alone, have I vanished myself? Pink. Pink walls, pale in parts, peeling and punctuated in oils, hand smudges, silverware stained with residue, droplets from underperforming machine, glasses foggy with having been polished with filthy rags. When water is poured in, they smell again of the imperfect water they've soaked in, smells like the spit of strangers. I know the saliva of you, accustomed to it more quickly than others. We resemble each other none the better for it. Sauna. I cannot be anyone, only someone, but to be one at all is a trial, and I forgot my line. I don't have the space to know who watches. I cave my caveable parts into majesty, set the flowers down where they can rot without me. Still, I can't tell you why I had them. Colors of the afternoon insurmountable, yet never without motion in unstaring eye of a bleached midday summer sun. Suns, I would, if I had them, go without them to a sauna, sweat them out of me, go naked before broad windows, make angels in the steam, lower myself downstairs into cold, cold cylinder of water, never think again of what I could do for them, only what I could do for the impressions of them that remained after I forgot. The kitchen floor was fitting once for fucking, but now seems the stage for waiting. This tea too cool now. Goodbye, goodbye, I go, but only as you like. Timid, there went solace, lost it to the wonder, meant only to open up our fences to face the east, as the east can tell us something of no, don't look this way for now. Uncover my covering of these pleasantries, and I scare myself silly, no place to go from here, moving from alone to not alone to not alone to alone, sleeping to waking, waking to sleeping, all parts resisting. I resist the turn we took to assholes in the corner, but you can have these chairs emptied, fluorescence, light tubes crossing, dim reflection. She walks forward, interrupting another crossing, while he also crosses himself over and over, punctuation overused, it means nothing, breath, even this, in need of moderation, as they could lose themselves to air and air aloft. Another round. Wheels go backward if you watch them from an unflattering perspective. They go as they were meant to, which was going to go when the going was good, which was always when prompted. I never knew the way to the station. I never knew the way to the station I never knew the way to the station was only a station and not the station. I've made statements about a station that was not the station. Still, I would love to find it anyhow, without all the wondering and wandering between. Okay, so here's another break. It looks like Thomas, you can also have a drawing. So Andreas and Thomas, you both have won drawings, and Emma, I think since you chimed in, you can have this book from 2015, older work, but I hope you enjoy it. And also, if anyone is into a poetry consultation in which you could run your poems by me and we could edit them together, that is the next thing on the table for the giveaway. So if anyone wants to chime in, I would be happy to give away a poetry consultation. And you can take or leave my suggestions, but it's always good to run poems by another person. So if you're in Berlin, I would be happy to meet you in person. And if you are not, then I would be happy to meet you virtually. All right. And yeah, it's good to see these familiar names. Thank you all for joining. I'm going to go ahead and keep reading now. This is newer work that I've written in the past few months. Maybe a couple are a little bit older, but I think quarantine mood kind of sets in here and there. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed this next portion. Thanks again for joining. 1. And yes, the books themselves are now shelves, and we go about the days the same from far away, listening through walls and closed doors while trying not to, shifting through the humidity in each other's most recent baths. A ghost thing, the mist of those walks to dark toilets over and over. Baths are locations, the only ones in our view with no lumps to be found in our throats from what we cannot fully tell yet. 2. I cannot look through the window without the cloud of imagined other windows clouding still other windows, but I can guess he is considering a glass doorknob contentiously as it reflects his palm back to him, anticipating his action, and it reminds him. 3. Cat pumps the bed, I pump the hours, resembling sleep, but achieve nothing of the sort. It could be this forever. 4. I'm remembering classes I took and classes I thought about taking, and I think about the language of distress, the ringing silence that does it all so plainly. 5. What has been said is said again, the balking a performance now, but still, I'm convinced of pacing, a morning thing we do so well so often. 6. Anticipating the inconsolable, and it is a darling, the sweat that gathers in my lonely palm, which clutches branches ravenously in the sun. It could be a lone ache gaining ground. This next one was edited by a participant from one of my workshops. And if you are interested in those workshops, you can find my Facebook page, Poetry as _ a workshop. But Christina Zur-Nedden did the editing on this next one, and I think it's all the better for her collaboration. Freckled tops of salt and pepper shakers. Her. I don't know what I'm looking at, but I'm sure I'm being seen. Him. I see kitsch. I am kitsch too. I am startled by the frankness that painted porcelain can have. Her. It is not the first time I've looked into this symbol of being. I am seen by things with eyes only painted. Him. But I can imagine the dust as thoughts are sitting upon their heads. Her. Because they are just for show, store-bought, pragmatic. Him. I am absolved somehow by the act of ignoring their presence in the room. Her. We all lose track of one another. It ends where it began. Waiter. The eggs go cold, bland. Direction of you, recipient of the you in a memory shifts, and I am consoling the fact of that. To every you, bathtub slides me down, water keeps me in place, all the while is nothing. I haven't kept in mind before the letting go. I will avoid, do not let go or fear the forgetting, the fear of the disconcerted second of ice cream, the cell wall crumbling. I collect no light as I should. Deliberate. A timely statue over the hill, a mist of yellow-orbed lights. I rolled down the hill only to prove I could love you like a woman who keeps herself still. Darting as on a blouse or skirting around the issue of darts on the wall in the bar that one time the baseball team we wanted to do well was doing well, or when we were doing well and talking so much about how we were doing well until, well, we weren't doing so well. About done, but who wouldn't be done until we were done, then gone, nicely gone. How gone it goes. Unprecedented. Please eat my ass and say thank you. I've gotten the hang of this lot. I am a lot. A lot is a lot. Neat and clean, pastoral even. I mow the lawn of my cheeks, grin and dimple. You insinuate something about class, but I lost it, and there, going, gone, I have it. Keep the old man wondering, rolling, the hills do nothing but blankly balk, and we love them for it, and they love that we love our portraits of them. They've told the old man so, and so the old man tells us so, but not credible he tells us so, and so we nod and nod and nod, and the hills nod and nod and nod. Internal ringing, moss gone quiet. I am growing old, and only I know it. Inheritance of mindly things becoming predictable. I keep accusations small to keep this outfit softly moving. Piano keys wavering into interstate. I am thinking again of a series of what it was and how it is now. It is now, and I'm tripping. I'm tripping over lines. And I remember silhouettes in oval windows. Flying is only flying still. I keep a profile of her profile. Private. To stand in the aisle to keep the arterials intimate. Intimidating sky knows a thing or two about making boundaries, a silly wing of godless noise. A dawn underneath this dawn is what I'm awake for, from a wrong-sided night. Who is saying wrong is not me, but some person seated in the wintered notes of a town I thought I left but follows me through, bridged parts of bike rides, above siloed bits of this place, which I cannot name because I'd say too much about that and not what is here, which is uncertain anyhow. What I had long hoped for got so long, no longer had a meaning at all times. I've declared an absence of time, which has made me a desolate girl, at the head of a ship sliding in and out of the same place, which delirious made death a bit of a joke amongst those who can't take a hint. So stick around to watch time go back to being on time, to being a grandiose gesture of unrealized stone, a sculpture too sick to happen, a clock designed for doomsday, clock made to mark a moment which we would not be able to observe should it happen. Impertinent question, sitting flat in a yawn. I am in earnest. In the yarn split-second thought of yesterday's yesterday, that one doesn't belong here with me. Now it is crouching over my bed, insinuating a floor above me, like every moment a layer of dream to get lost. Don't get lost. It gets tough to find a sea when you close your eyes to it. Oddly morning. I am here and awake, and who here now? I practice little looks to arrive in place, space I take, purple purring into green many times over the leaf and over the leaf. I reckon I'm not so tall. Ladybug slips into yellow, yellow slips into flower, flower slips into me. The sun and my shadows gone. Rainbow shards in the entry hall. I could be a blush of God and nothing more. I vanish after the excitement, but am a suggestion always underneath. Beauty is here, and I cry to see it. Nothing so lovely as a body in the sunlight of the spirit. All right, that's all I have for you today. I really appreciate everyone tuning in. And so I have the names of the prize winners noted, and the final prize being a consultation. If you are interested in that, please chime in. Otherwise, I will choose another name at random from the people who have already chimed in. But I just want to thank you all again for being a part of this evening and for giving me your very valuable attention. It means a lot to me. And thank you to Book a Street Artist. Being able to speak to this many people and not even know exactly who I'm speaking to is like really ambiguous and interesting experience, and I'm really grateful for it. Thank you all so much again, and I hope you have a beautiful July night.